Hello, Nicola. Thank you for accepting to give us this interview. So I would like to start asking to tell us your name and what is your present job.
My name is Nicola Radomski, and I'm working currently in the Instituto Zooprophylactico de Teramo, which is the Institute of Public Health dedicated to veterinary and food safety in Italia. And I work more precisely in the genomic center of that lab. The acronym is GenPath, which means whole genome sequencing analysis and databases related to bioinformatics.
And is it the only job that you have, or because I know that you do also something other?
Alors, it's my main job. My contract is dedicated to IZS, but I have also two other activities. It's a free contract with IZS where I can have also other activities. More precisely, I have one responsibility as a co-director of a PhD student in France. And I have also activities of collaboration with the European Authority in the field of food safety. It's called EFSA, for European Food Safety Authority.
And what is your academic background?
Alors, I'm initially a microbiologist in general for human, veterinary, environmental, and food fields. And I switched in bioinformatics during my PhD. My PhD that I did in 2009. And since that period until today, I perform data analysis related to genomic data management with the aim to explain research purpose related to food safety and outbreak investigation.
And so how do you become food microbial bioinformatician? Could you tell us something more about your career?
Alors, my first experience was during my PhD. I started to use different programs to assess the sources of Mycobacteria. It's a specific genus of bacteria in a watershed, and I did it in Paris for a school, École des Ponts, it's called, in collaboration with a lab in USA, in Virginia Polytechnic Institute. And I continued to work deeper and deeper in bioinformatics during 6 years, 5 years, 6 years postdoc period that I did in Canada. More precisely in the McGill Research Institute in Montreal, where I work to understand the origin of tuberculosis outbreak in Inuit community. Next, I went back in Europe, in France, where I'm from, in fact, to work in Paris for ANSES, which is French public health agency dedicated to food safety, but also other fields. In a lab called Food Safety Lab, where I implemented the genomic data management for different units working for different pathogens. And recently, 1 year ago, I came in Italia, in Abruzzo, more precisely in the city of Teramo, working with IZS to work in the team of bioinformatics and database called GenPath, where I continue to perform analysis related to surveillance and outbreak investigation.
So I see that you work as a consultant for different organizations. Would you tell us the advantages to work as your work?
Yes, it's a really an important point. That kind of contract allowed me first to work in my present lab because I was really interested by the GenPath team in terms of quality of work dedicated to bioinformatics and informatics in general. And on the other hand, my contract allowed me to work remotely. I have part of my life in France and part of my life in Italia. So it allowed me to organize myself working remotely or in the lab. And also that kind of contract is really interesting because you also are able to keep external collaboration, which are positive for the institute where you work, and also positive to build a European partnership and new project.
Very interesting. And would you recommend to follow this path to a student, at university student today? Do you think that there are possibilities, job opportunities in this field?
See, definitely. The first recommendation would be to be curious in general. When I manage a student in master degree or PhD degree, as well as when I'm looking for a student for a specific project, I always advise them to show what they are able to do online, which means in terms of scripting, of coding, to show to the community which language they use, for which purpose, and how they use it, and to put their own developments into the archives, which are open source archives, and like this, they are able to show who they are, what they are able to do, and the employers are able to identify their needs also. So it's a really good opportunity to share what we expect and what we are able to do.
Okay, thank you very much, Nicola.
Thanks to you.